Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video. In this one, we'll be learning English with an interview. And I might actually make this a series because I really think that this is such a great way to learn a language. When you have a real life example of the language being used and you break it down, you get to learn new vocabulary, grammar, and work on your pronunciation. All from something natural and authentic. So for today's video, we'll take a small fragment from an Anne Hathaway interview. Just a short one because I believe that it's easier to learn and actually remember when you focus on a smaller amount of information. And I want to ask you, please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this kind of detailed breakdown, or maybe you'd prefer if I focused only on vocabulary or something else entirely. Just let me know what you like and what you need because your feedback really helps me make these videos better for you.
I've long held this belief, for a storytelling belief, an actress belief, and I guess the music that I like too, that people put way too much emphasis on being likable. And I don't actually think likable is as important as lovable and interesting.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a very short clip, but we're gonna get a lot out of it. We'll focus on vocabulary and grammar, and we'll do a full breakdown together. Okay, so let's start with the vocabulary first. And we'll begin with the first words. I've long held this belief. Here she uses a phrase, to hold a belief, which means to strongly believe in something or to have believed something for a very long time. And here are 3 example sentences using to hold a belief. Many people still hold the belief that success only comes from hard work. She holds a belief that everyone deserves a second chance. He's always held the belief that honesty is the best policy. And then she lists the kinds of beliefs she's had.
I've long held this belief, for a storytelling belief, an actress belief, and I guess the music that I like too, that people put way too much emphasis on being likable. And I don't actually think likable is as important as lovable and interesting.
A belief is something you accept as true, or something you have confidence in, even if it can't be proven. She also says, and I guess the music that I like too. In this sentence, the word guess means I think or I suppose. It's a casual way of expressing a thought without sounding too certain. We use the belief instead of a belief in these sentences because we are talking about a specific belief, one that is clearly defined or is explained right after. Let's break it down with an example. She holds the belief that everyone deserves a second chance. So we use the because we're about to explain exactly what the belief is, that everyone deserves a second chance. It's not just any random belief, it's a particular one. Now let's compare that with she holds a belief. This is vague. It doesn't tell us what belief she holds. It just tells us that she has one, but we don't know which. Once you add a specific idea like a that clause, the belief is a natural and grammatically correct choice because it points to that specific idea. Quick rule of thumb. Use a belief when you're talking generally. She holds a belief that's different from mine. Use the belief when you're defining or explaining what the belief is. She holds the belief that kindness can change the world. In Anne Hathaway's example, I've long held this belief. She says this belief, which is basically the same as saying the belief. Then she says that people put too much emphasis on being likable, where she uses the phrase to put emphasis on something, which means to give special importance or attention to something. And here are 3 example sentences. Teachers often put a lot of emphasis on reading comprehension. She puts too much emphasis on appearance instead of personality. In job interviews, employers put emphasis on communication skills. Being likable basically means to be liked by others or easy to like. And now I want to take just a little break for the sponsor of today's video, Elsa Speak. There's nothing more frustrating for a language learner than wanting to improve their speaking skills but not having anyone to practice with. Finding a tutor can be hard and, let's be honest, pretty expensive. Luckily, we now live in an amazing era of technology and AI, and there are countless apps out there to help you improve your English. But that's exactly the problem, right? You don't know which one to choose. Well, let me introduce you to my favorite app, Elsa Speak. Not only does it help you practice real-time, real-life conversations.
Good morning, Hannah. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
Do you prefer to continue with the next lesson of your learning path, or would you like to do a role play activity?
Let's do a role play activity.
Hello, I would like to check into my room, please.
Of course. Can I see your passport and your check-in information?
Thank you very much. Is breakfast included in my reservation?
Yes, it is. So our breakfast time is from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. But it also tailors lessons to your specific goals. Whether you're preparing for a job interview, ordering food at a restaurant, or making small talk with friends. Plus, it gives you personalized feedback and corrections. With Elsa, you can practice anytime, anywhere, and simulate real-life conversations with the AI coach. So if you're looking to improve your English, especially your speaking skills on your own, give Elsa a try. I'm sure you'll see a huge difference. So go ahead and download the Elsa app right now. Now, let's move on to the grammar. And we'll start with this same sentence. People put too much emphasis on being likable. As we now know, to put emphasis on is a fixed phrase. And Anne added the words too much to emphasize the amount of importance being placed on it. After the word on, she says being likable, and that's important because after prepositions like on, we usually use gerund, the ing form of a verb, if we use a verb. So instead of saying on be likable or on to be likable, the correct form is on being likable. Then she says, I don't actually think likable is as important as lovable and interesting. She didn't need to use the word actually here, but it's very common in everyday speech. Phrases like, I don't actually think, or I don't actually whatever, make your speech sound more casual and natural. Adding actually also softens your opinion and makes it feel a bit less direct and harsh. Now let's focus on the phrase, likable is as important as lovable. Here, she's using a common comparison structure as, adjective, as. In this case, as important as. You can use many other adjectives in this structure, and here are a few examples. Confidence is just as valuable as talent. Being kind is as powerful as being smart. Creativity is as useful as logic and problem solving. Staying calm is as helpful as being fast in a crisis. Listening is as meaningful as speaking in a good conversation. As you might have noticed, she uses the words likable, lovable, and interesting. All of these are adjectives. They describe qualities or characteristics of a person. Some adjectives, like likable and lovable, are formed by adding able, able, to verbs or nouns like, likable, love, lovable. And the word interesting is already an adjective, so we don't need to change its form. There are many other adjectives like this. For example, enjoy, enjoyable, depend, dependable, understand, understandable, and so on. These are great for describing people, things, and experiences. Now, going back to the beginning, she said, I've long held this belief. She used the present perfect tense here, which we use when we're talking about something that started in the past and still matters or continues in the present. For the subject I, we form the present perfect like this. Have plus past participle, which is the third form of the verb. So in this sentence, we have I have held, which becomes I've held. The word held is the past participle or the third form of the verb hold. Just like hold, held, held. Go, went, gone. Write, wrote, written. So when she says, I've long held this belief. She means that she started believing this a long time ago and she still believes it now. Okay, and to improve your pronunciation and speaking skills, don't forget to shadow this clip. That means repeating what you hear right after the speaker to practice sounding more natural. All right, this was a very short clip, but as you can see, we got so much out of breaking it down. And I really hope this was useful.